From invincible camels to being able to MLG in a cauldron, today I'm gonna bust 50 Minecraft myths so that you don't have to, and some of these will definitely shock you. Apparently camels can make a 12-block jump. Yeah, it's true, I guess they should play in the NBA. Everyone knows that the Warden is extremely hard to beat, but can it survive a fall from build height to bedrock? And somehow it can, it's not like the Warden was already too powerful. I was always curious if the bigger creatures can fit in a boat like sniffers, so let's check it out, and I guess that's a no. What about camels? And that's a no too, I guess you'll have a hard time transporting them overseas. If you can't fit the big ones, then what about baby sniffers and baby camels? Will they fit into boats? And they actually will, but when they grow up, they will be just teleported out of them. I have been told that the camel's head is invincible to all attacks, so let's test it out. I'm sorry camel if this doesn't work, and it is weirdly true. I always wanted to know if sniffers aren't going to be able to drown. I mean, their eggs are literally found underwater, and they somehow drown. I mean, why? Just why? It is widely known that you can't sleep in the nether, or else when trying you will explode. So can a villager sleep in the nether? And they actually can, but why are they better than us? Apparently when on a camel, you're invincible to all attacks from melee mobs, like zombies, and this is true. But what about the Warden? And this sadly doesn't work, so you have to kill him the hard way. Can you repair an iron golem? And this is true, when the golem is cracked, you can click it with iron ingots and it will repair itself. But can you MLG into a cauldron filled with water? And that's sadly a no, which makes no sense. Everyone knows that deep slate ores are much rarer counterparts to the non-deep slate ones. But do they give more XP when broken? And they actually do not. Can you light an arrow on fire by firing it through a cauldron with lava? And you somehow can, but you have to be really precise while doing it. But can you light a mob on fire by hitting it through fire? And this is obviously not true. If a normal furnace works, will a furnace in a minecart work? And for some reason it doesn't. But will Frostwalker work on an armor stand? And it somehow does, by pushing it onto water with a slime block. Can you spawn an iron golem underwater? And you actually can't, but what about a wither on snow? And you also can't do that. Does a dog's tail show its current health? And yes, it does. That's actually a cool mechanic, so you can see when to feed your dog. What about sunflowers facing the sun? And for some reason that's not true. Wasn't this once part of the game though? Is it possible to sleep underwater? Somehow yes, but how are you not drowning? What about sleeping under lava? Also yes, but how are you not burning? Can you make a door with end rods, so mobs can't come in but you can? And yes, you actually can. Does sugarcane grow faster on certain blocks? And it does not. What about sniffer eggs growing quicker on moss block? And this one is true. Is it true that when you name a Vindicator Johnny, it will kill everything in its sight? And that is true, it literally goes on a rampage destroying everything. Does the Warden finally drop something useful? And of course it doesn't. What about the portal in the ancient city? Does it have a use? Also no. Will a cat take full damage when dropped? And it actually won't. If we're on the topic of cats, if you spawn a cat in a witch hut, will it always be black? And I have spawned like 50 of them, so I guess this is true. Do torchlight flowers emit light? And they emit something, so I'll say yeah, probably. But can frogs eat magma cubes? And they somehow can. Aren't magma cubes made out of magma though? Do anvils bounce off slime? And for some reason, they don't. Apparently mobs can use the totem of undying, so let's put that to the test. The zombie can, so can the LA, and even the fox. This is a solid yes. Everyone knows that piglins won't attack you if you wear gold armor, but will they still leave you alone if you wear a gold trim? And that is a no. If we're on the topic of armor trims, can you put one on a turtle helmet? And yes, you can. But what about horse armor? And sadly you cannot. Imagine a horse with an armor trim, that'd be drippy. Apparently LAs are invincible to player attacks when they hold an item from you, and this is actually true. Normally you can't sprint on the bottom of a body of water, But can you do it if you run on mud blocks? And for some reason, you can. Apparently projectiles break leads on impact, so let's check that out, and they actually do. Can you light two nether portals inside of each other? And for obvious reasons, you cannot. Is a raft faster than a boat? And no, they're actually the same speed. Can you write on two sides of a sign? And you actually can. But do undead mobs not burn under cobwebs? And this is actually true. Apparently harming potions ignore armor, so let's test the damage in armor and without it, and it's exactly the same. Everyone knows you can make an infinite water source, but can you make an infinite lava source? And sadly you cannot. Can piglins wear mob heads? And somehow they can, and so can zombified piglins. If we're talking about piglins, if you place a piglin head next to a redstone block, will it move its ears? And it will actually do it. And if you wear it and walk with it, the ears move, and they also do. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing, and see you in the next one.